So today's video is an unboxing, and I don't think I've ever done an unboxing video on my channel. So this is my new planner from Plum Paper, and the reason I got this one is because you could add inserts that helped with all kind of different inserts, and I wanted it to help me with blogging, personal planning, and my Stella and Dot business. So that's why I tried Plum Paper. I will link the past videos below where I've talked about other planners, and I'm also going to compare size-wise and things like that in this video. So let's go ahead and unbox it. As you can see, I literally have not even taken this off because I wanted it to be a true unboxing, and I thought I would peek if I ended up taking this off. So I do have to mention this took about 3 weeks to get, but I knew that going in. So this is the one I chose, and hopefully the light isn't drowning out too much. So it comes nicely bubble wrapped here, and then it does have some cellophane over it, and I just got my first name on it. And as you can see, the design I chose was pretty light. It's like a nice aqua and green color. That was the thing. I would say there's a lot of pretty designs, but because, you know, I'm getting planners every year now for, I don't know, the past 5 years or so, I feel like I'm kind of running out of what I like personally. So there were many pretty designs, but nothing really spoke to me. So I just chose the most simple. And as you can see, I did get it, I believe it goes through, I think it's like a 15-month or 13-month, I'm sorry. So it'll go through January. So this little card is just talking about the cover, and it's saying the cover material is water resistant, tear proof, rigid, and sturdy. So hopefully I'm going to try to have this at an angle that you can see everything. So this is what the front cover looks like. You know, you can just put who it belongs to, and then you open it up and you have each month at a glance, which I always really like because, you know, I feel like I'm always planning for something a few months out, so I'd like to see what day that comes on. And then you have 2017, so that's really great as well. And then as you can see, there's just all the colored tabs. So it runs from January 2016 and then January 2017. And then I got 2 extra inserts, and I do have to mention, it says right on the site, the more inserts that you choose, the longer in delay that you will get this. So something to keep in mind. I did choose 2 different ones, one for sales, again, which is something they already have on their site, so that will help me, you know, coordinate all my Stella and Dot things, and then for blog, which is my blog and YouTube. So something I was trying to do this year was incorporate everything into one planner. Before, I've always had a separate blog planner, which I will link that video below. I really did enjoy that blog planner, but I would like to just have them all together. And I didn't show you the back, but it basically just looks exactly like the front. So this is what the January tab looks like. Just has a big J. Paper feels exactly like the front cover. Then you can see on the other side you have goal 1, 2, and 3. You can put some birthdays, things to remember, events. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually have to hold the camera because I feel like the tripod I'm not able to get close enough. It's not focusing. So hopefully this will give you a little bit better view. So then each month, again, they just look the same with, you know, the letter on the front. And then this is what your month at a glance looks like then, which I like. I like using the month at a glance as well. It gives you a little room to write over here, which is nice. It kind of gives you your standard holidays. And I like that the squares are a decent size, so you can write, you know, a little bit in there. To me, this doesn't need to be huge, but it does need to be big enough, you know, to write a few things in. So that's what this looks like. And then you get into each actual day where it has notes at the top. So you have this whole section off to one side, and then it starts the actual day. So you have, you know, Monday, Tuesday, and I actually chose the horizontal layout. I believe they have a vertical as well. I'm not sure, but I, of course, will have the link down below for you to look at. So I have to say, I don't love, there's not a ton of room to write right here. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm using a planner right now, which I'll show you. I switched from my Lilly Pulitzer, which I absolutely love. I talked about that last year, but I was running out of room. This, I can tell, is not going to leave me a ton of room each day to write, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. This may end up being a planner that I just use the blog and sales portions in. So anyway, each day, of course, just looks like this. Okay, so let's get into the 2 extra tabs that I ordered, the sales and the blog. And again, on the sales, it just has an S. So let's see what this looks like. So we have a monthly overview. It has the year and the month here, monthly goals, monthly to-dos, incentives I offered, who earned my incentive, monthly stats, goal and actually. So you have sales, team members, giveaways, parties, what worked, what didn't. And then party schedule. So this would be, you know, for Stella and Dot, for example, it would be any trunk shows that I have going on. And I don't know if I mentioned, I actually heard about this planner from fellow stylists, and they were offering a 10% discount to Stella and Dot stylists because I think a lot of stylists have used this planner in the past. So this is, again, my first view of it. I'm not sure how it's going to work for me. And then again, just on the back side, the same thing. So it looks like this is just every single day we're going over here. Okay, so there's several pages of this. And now we get into party planning list. Hostess information, party summary, you know, and it gives in detail about sales, pre-party checklist, post-party checklist. So this is something we actually already have on our site when we have trunk shows. We already have a checklist, but it might be nice then to actually have it in writing here. And then booking, recruits, notes. Same thing here. So there's several pages again of the party planning list. Then we get into a to-do list. So to-do and notes, there's just a long sheet of that. Monthly tasks is the next one. So it says task. And then these are just the initials of each month. Then we get into a mileage tracker, which is always nice. So you just put the date and to and from. There's a couple pages of those, actually 3 pages. Then we get into passwords, website, username, and passwords. I don't write my passwords down in this. I actually have them on an Excel spreadsheet that's actually also password protected. Okay, and then the next sheet we get into is hostess contacts. So you could write down all this information. Again, this is something we have available to us online as stylists, so I'm not sure I would necessarily need to write them down because I have all that information that we can put like in an Excel spreadsheet from the site, but it's here if you want it. Then you have a section that says lead contacts. And the next section is consultant contacts. So again, this is just the section I chose for sales. Any of you that are in any type of sales business, that may come in handy for you, so I wanted to share it. And then the next one is income and expenses. So this was what I was interested in because right now I track all of my income and expenses on an Excel spreadsheet again. This is nice, so you can just write it down here if you want. And then the next page is monthly expenses, and it just goes by month. You can see cash flow. It's kind of like a budget almost the way it's typed out here. So that's nice. And again, it just has it by individual month. I love the way it's color coded. That's pretty. And then that's it. And then now we get into the blog. So I'm thinking the blog will be similar, but I'm not sure. So those of you who are bloggers or YouTubers, this may interest you. Again, you have the monthly overview with the month and the year. So post ideas, final post schedule. So it looks like you have, again, several pictures, or several of those monthly overviews. Quite a few here. Okay, so several of those, and then you get into income and expenses. So basically, you know, you just write the date, the description. Again, I have this on an Excel spreadsheet, but it might be nice to write down here. And then you have several post ideas sections. So just the post name. These are always great because a lot of us usually just use a notebook. So this is nice. And then if you actually end up doing it, you can put the date here that you posted it. Next, we have monthly blog tasks. So again, it was kind of like the sales. You have the task and then the month. Monthly blog stats, which this is kind of different. So again, it has, you know, the month initials here. You know, page views, unique, Facebook. This is what I really liked tracking in the other blog planner that I showed. So week 1, you know, you can put, it says for January, your Twitter, your Instagram, so you can see how you're growing as, you know, a channel or the blog. So I really like that. Then you have a to-do list. So a couple pages of that. Okay, and then you have advertising and sponsors. So this is something that was similar in the blog planner that I showed before. So it just has, you know, maybe who you're working with, the contact, any notes, start date, cost, things like that. So a few pages of that. You have giveaways and reviews. And again, this was something in that other blog planner that I appreciated. So I really like this page. Lets you know what you're giving away, who won it, and so forth. And then you have the blog annual planner. So this just kind of gives you the month at a glance. You can write down your videos or blog posts here. So again, that's what this looks like. And it looks like that is it. And then there are some blank pages here in the back. And then you just have a place for special dates, which is a month at a glance here. I have a place for passwords and my contacts. And then you have holidays. This is always kind of nice just to see at a glance. And then you have 2018. So that's nice to see all that, the year at a glance. And then you have a folder. This is what I really loved about my Lilly planner is there was a folder, I believe in the front and the back, but I know in the front. And I would keep just all kind of little notes, especially about editing or anything like that that I need to quickly look at. I kept in this folder, so I like that. So that's the planner. So you get two of them here, and then this is the back cover. And I'm going to actually show you for size reference. It is pretty thick, you can see, since I got 13 months. So here's going to be a size reference for the Lilly Pulitzer planner, which again, I still really love. It was nice and colorful. I really looked forward to using it every day. And I may still go back to this year. I just wanted to try something new. So by no means does it mean I don't like these. Again, I still really love them. I just gave one away, matter of fact. So you can see the spiral is definitely bigger. Although thickness, this is where you get into, I really loved the Lilly because it was portable. You know, very easy to transport, and you can see this one's quite a bit thicker. So I do have an old Erin Condren here to let you know the size, and it's pretty much, again, the same size as the Erin Condren. The coil is a little bigger, you can see, than the Erin Condren. And again, it's quite a bit thicker, but keep in mind that's because I have 2 extra sections in here for the sales and blog planning. So you can see it's pretty similar other than those 2 extra sections, I think. So quickly, and sorry, I know you can see my light there in the background. So quickly, I just want to talk about the planner I have been using since the first of the year. I bought this planner solely thinking I was only going to use it for my Stella and Dot business, but I've actually really enjoyed it. This is from Target, and it's part of the Day Designer. It's 2015-2016. So actually this started, I believe, back in August. I could have used it, but I didn't start using it until this year. It is quite a bit bigger, you can see. So this much taller, but it is pretty thin. Maybe a better view of how much bigger it is. That's the only thing. This would not be real travel friendly if you wanted to stick it in a bag. Of course, if you had a large tote bag, you could. But I just want to give you an overview of this real quick. It doesn't have any folders or anything like that to put paper in. Oh, I'm sorry. It actually started in July of 2015. So I kind of give you an overview here of what it looks like. Nice big spaces here. You have like notes and to do. So this is like really large, and I like that. So what I really like about this one is it has a space for today's schedule. So if you have any appointments, but then you also have a separate section for to do. I'm a big list maker, and I love being able to check things off. So I love that those 2 areas are separate. And then down here, it has this week's top 3, which is great. And then it always has like a little quote. And then you have a little note section here. And then you have a place to write, you know, anything you're grateful for, which I think is really cute. So again, I am really enjoying the separate spaces of the schedule and the to-do. That has really helped me a lot. And so far, I have been using this for everything. My personal, my YouTube, my Stella and Dot. So far it's working. I just like the added extras that these other planners give you as far as, you know, your giveaways, your income, things like that, that this doesn't give. But I wanted to just mention this one if any of you had thought about them. And I know they come in all different sizes and things like that. I just really liked this one because of the layout. So there you go. My little open boxing, little slight review of the Plum Paper Planner. I'll have to start using it to see how I really like it. But I think I am going to enjoy the sales and blog planning pieces in it. If you guys have these planners, definitely let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.